Let's try building another workbench kit. This time by FLEXIMOUNTS. I purchased this kit on Amazon for about $100. Let's see what's inside. And the first thing I noticed opening this up is the instructions right on top. Awesome. Before I even take these out of the box, I have to tell you these are not made out of plastic or resin. These are metal, so they're already a step above those others you might see on the market. This kit includes 4 of these metal legs that are about 35 inches long, 4 of these little plastic feet that go on the bottom of each of our legs and help them last longer, plus 4 of these little support brackets that go on top of our legs here to support the lumber, and it has 6 of these brackets for the shelves that go on top of a workbench. But unfortunately, these are made out of plastic, but I don't think these are as critical as the legs, so they'll probably be okay. Oh, and I don't want to forget the 2 bags full of screws, so hopefully we won't need any hardware. Glancing at the instructions, it tells you all the dimensions you need to build a 2x4 workbench, a 3x6 workbench, or if you want to just kind of go out on your own, a 4x8 workbench. My goodness, that is huge, but I know some of you might like that. On top of that, it has a weight capacity of 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds? Wow, that would be a lot of weight. Okay, so this should hopefully last a long time. Now I plan on making the 2 foot by 4 foot workbench, and if I calculated correctly, I'm going to need at least 5 2x4s and a full sheet of plywood. Now I do need a little bit more wood to do the shelves, but I'm going to touch base on that later. To make most of these cuts, you probably can use a circular saw, but I'm going to use a miter saw to make it a little bit faster. One of the nice design features of this kit is the ability to not have to worry about the legs. All 4 of them are identical from what I can tell, and each layer has its own little tabs where you set the wood to make sure it is nice and even. But there is something that just doesn't make sense to me. I have all the wood cut, at least for the frame, and you would think since the legs are ready to go, I would just take this frame, build a box, put the layer on top of plywood for each of the shelves in the top of the workbench, and then just attach everything to the legs. That seems simple enough, but the instructions actually say to take 2 of the legs, run just the wood across, take the other 2 legs, run the wood across, and then try and connect everything together. To me, that seems like that would just be hard to handle because everything is heavy and going to be wanting to fall over, especially if you just barely bump it. It's just going to fall over on you. Why not just construct the box and then attach it to the legs? I don't know. So I tried to think this out just a little bit more. Why would they do that from an engineering standpoint? Is maybe because the wood might be warped? But if you're attaching it with screws and the screws are supposed to do what they're supposed to do, then if you attach it to here first and the wood's a little warped, or if you build the box first and the wood's a little warped, either way, your ending result is still going to be slightly warped. So I don't know. Now if you construct it the way the instructions are asking you to, they should have provided enough screws here that you don't need any additional hardware. But because I don't like that design, I'm actually going to do the box design with plywood on top and then attach it to the legs. Yes, that does go against what the instructions are saying, so if by chance this doesn't work out, this will be my fault, not theirs. And of course that means I'm going to have extra screws for each of these corners. Now if you're going the same path I am by pre-constructing each of these boxes first, then the next step would be is to look at each of the boxes and you want to just kind of press down on all the corners. There's a good chance you're going to have 2 out of the 3, if not all 3, that have at least a little bit of rock into it, and because wood is not straight 100% of the time anyway. So just find the one with the least amount of rock, and that should be your top layer, your top workbench, and then the other 2 that are a little bit off, they can be the lower shelves because they're not as critical. For the tops of each of these shelves and workbench, I'm going to use some plywood I already have on hand, but according to the instructions, you should be able to build this entire workbench with only one 4x8 sheet. If I'm looking at the instructions correctly, they've included 18 screws for me to use in the top of the workbench and none in the 2 lower shelves. I'm guessing because they're kind of sandwiched in, you probably don't necessarily need them, but I also don't need 18 screws for the top of this workbench. So I ended up using a total of 8, which leaves me a few left over, and I think I'll put a few of those in each of the lower shelves just to give them some additional strength. To attach the legs, I've taken the bottom shelf and I've flipped it upside down. That way I can use gravity to hold this leg in place as I attach it. Now it'd be a good idea to also add a clamp here so that way it doesn't move as we add those screws. Now that I have all 4 legs in place, I'm going to flip this up and then I'm going to move this to the floor and assemble the rest from there. I now understand why the instructions say to install it the way it does, just because it makes it a little more difficult to do it my way with all these tabs sticking out on the legs. Once you start trying to slide it into place, it hangs up a lot, but it is doable, so just keep that in mind. With these triangles on the top shelf, it should be pretty easy to install, so let's give it a shot. Well, you still got to work with it. I wasn't thinking when I put the screws all the way in on the other shelves that it was going to make this top shelf a really tight fit. Now, it should fit if I pry on it a little bit, but it'll probably be a challenge. And after loosening some screws, I finally got it to slide into place. Before I secure this top piece in place, I need to actually take it back off because the instructions call for a support bar to go underneath. Normally I see it going kind of in a perpendicular fashion, but they actually want this to go diagonal across it. I've never actually seen that before, but I'll give it a shot. So let's do this. The piece that they are calling for in the instructions is 47.7 inches, but once I get it in place, there's a lot of slop there. That is a little too short, so make sure you measure before you actually cut one of these to fit. And so I'm going to go back and recut another one. This new piece I cut at 48.5 inches and it's almost perfect. So make sure you cut this piece a little bit long and then measure it, and you can always trim it down. Since I still had a couple of these screws left over, I'm just going to use them to go through this board to connect it to this outer piece so that way it doesn't move around. The base of the workbench is now complete, so let's start on the shelves. Here are the brackets that come with the kit. Now if I take a 2x4, you'll notice that it fits in there side to side here, but lengthwise, well, it's not even close. So I thought maybe instead of a 2x4, it's set up for a 2x3. So I did a quick measurement and it comes out to 2 5/16. That's an odd size. I mean, you can't just run to the lumber store and buy that off the shelf. That's kind of a custom fit size. Well, I mean, I have a table saw, I can rip something down, but if you don't have a table saw, you're kind of out of luck. That really sucks about this kit. I've seen this workbench sell in two different configurations, one with the upper shelves and one without. So if you're interested in either, I'll put a link to those in the description. But since I have a table saw and I can rip down some wood, I'm gonna continue with these shelves. When it comes to the height of the shelves, the instructions, well, they don't give me a specific length or height needed to build these. So I'm gonna make a custom setup. I'm gonna build these to about my height. So I figure if I build this or cut these to about 35 inches, once I add the shelf on the top, it'll be close to 6 foot tall. So I'm gonna do that. And that fits much better. In the process of sliding these brackets onto the wood, I noticed that there is a good bit of movement. So once you figure out exactly where you want to install this middle shelf, make sure you use a square to line up the outer pieces and the center shelf here. Otherwise you can have one facing really far out, one facing really far in, and it just look really bad. In the process of installing these brackets, I've noticed two things. First off, it does look a little off here between the two, but I measured half of the distance from the total height and adjusted it to be here. So hopefully, once we have the shelves in place, this will look a lot more even. Secondly, in each of these brackets, they provide 3 holes for each piece of wood, which doesn't make sense because they only provided enough screws to put 1 screw in each side. So I don't know why you would provide 3 potential holes but only provide 1 screw, because 3 screws would definitely give these a lot more strength. I don't know. Something else a little bit odd with the shelves and the instructions. For the top section, it's telling me to cut this at a 13.8 inches and the middle at an 8.9 inches. Now I did a quick measurement. I could easily get a board across here that's 9 inches and one up here that's 14, and they look and fit fine. So that's what I'm gonna do. So double check your measurements before you cut. You'll probably notice that these shelves are a different type of plywood than the rest of the workbench, and that's because I'm trying to use what I have on hand. But you should only need one 4x8 sheet to get this done. To install this top shelf, they recommend flipping everything upside down on top of your workbench, which should make it really easy. But again, here's an oddity. There's 4 holes for screws, but only enough for 2 screws for each bracket. Go figure. To install the second shelf, it also recommends doing it upside down, which seems to be very difficult. That is, unless you use some clamps on both ends, and that way you can put those screws in without any worry. Let's see if we can flip this thing upside down. Or right side up. Oh. There we go. To install the lower part of the shelves into the top of your workbench, there's 8 holes and a total of 8 screws. Good, an even number. At least I know that the bottom of these shelves will be secure. I just came across another little issue with this setup. Is if you look at the plywood here, I'm just gonna press down real lightly in the middle there, and you can see that flexing. And that's just me putting one finger on there. So over time, this will definitely start to warp. Let me show you how to fix that. Take another little piece of wood. You want this to be probably about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick, and you want it to be the full width of your shelf. What you're gonna do is you're going to attach it to the front of your shelf with glue. Now, of course, this can be solid wood or even plywood. That's totally up to you. Just make sure it runs the full width and is glued to the front of that. Not only will it make this plywood look a little bit better, it'll give it a lot more strength. It's finally done. There's only one good way to test it out. Wow, that thing, I don't believe that thing is moving at all. All right, the shelves. Oh, those move a ton. Wow, that's probably up to 1 inch back and forth at the top. That's a ton of movement. I'm guessing that's because they're all plastic mounts. Yeah, I had a feeling of that. Here's a close-up of the top. That's a ton of movement. Let's show you a close-up of the legs. I mean, I'm jerking back and forth hard. And believe it or not, the only movement you're seeing is it's sliding across the floor. I'll show you. Look right down here. It's going back and forth across the floor. These legs are not flexing. Let me go ahead and answer a few questions that I usually get on these builds so you don't have to ask. What's included in the kit? Of course, the metal legs and the plastic brackets for the shelves and pretty much every screw you will need. I probably would have included a few more in the kit just to give it a little added strength to the upper shelving, but it did in essence had enough. Did it include instructions? Yes, it had a really nice instruction bulletin or pamphlet here that answered just about every question I needed to put this together. Was it easy to assemble? Well, the lower section was definitely easy to assemble. I put it together in almost no time and highly recommend it. As for this upper section, considering I had to custom cut wood to fit in these slots, needed this extra wood across the front to strengthen up the plywood I was going across, well, I wouldn't necessarily say this was all that easy to put together. It was a little bit on the challenging side, but the lower section, definitely thumbs up. Is it upgradable? I would probably say not really, because the metal legs are all designed to have just your lower section built, and this upper section, since it is kind of on the flimsy side, I wouldn't suggest making anything else on it, and maybe unless you reinforced it. If you want to reinforce this upper shelf, maybe putting some extra wood underneath, yeah, that could probably help. You can go in and upgrade it, putting extra brackets on here, maybe put some lights, but overall, probably not as upgradable as it could be. Is it fixable if something breaks? Well, this lower section feels super sturdy and super strong, so I doubt anything would really break on it anytime soon. But since it is all screwed together, yeah, I could see it being fixable if needed. Of course, it'll take a little time because you have to take everything apart, but yes, fixable, I see that is really easy to do. But anything that might break on this, I have a feeling would probably be the upper part of the shelves because it is super flimsy, and I have a feeling that would be the first thing to go. Is it fixable? Yeah, unless the plastic breaks, and then probably not. Can this be taken apart for travel or just move around your shop easily? I probably wouldn't travel with this setup. One, you'd have to definitely disconnect the shelves, unscrew those, and travel with those separately just because they are so flimsy, and this is just kind of big and bulky, so probably not great to travel with. But to move around your shop, definitely. I'd probably suggest doing it with 2 people so you don't bump these upper shelves and you don't drag it across the floor and mess up the plastic feet that are on it. But overall, you could definitely move this around your shop easily. And last but definitely not least, how much did it cost and is it worth it? Well, total price for this was about $174. It was about $25 for 2x4s, about $50 for plywood, and $99 for just the kit. Now, you can get a very similar kit without this top shelving. It just comes with the bottom, and it's $89. Only a $10 difference, so it's up to you on whether or not you want to spend that extra $10 and attempt these upper shelves. Totally up to you. Now, overall, is it worth it? The lower section, I'm super excited about. And the upper section, not as much. So, worth it, $89. I know that's not cheap, but those lower legs are rigid, and that lower bottom shelf workbench is super strong, so probably worth it. Upper section, I don't know. It's up to you. You could save a little bit of money and not having to buy the 2x4s for this and cut them down, but totally up to you. And just in case you missed it, I also built a workbench using the Simpson Strong Tie Kit. I'll show you the good and the bad. I'll put a link to that right over here.